I'll probably be your hot take. I'm gonna give it an F.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh,
all right. I gotta bring this
James
back.
just said that with emotion on his face.
Hey guys, Cyber. Relax, I was just gonna get there. Anyway, as this little buddy was saying, 80% of you aren't subscribed to the channel, so hit that subscribe button. It really helps. Hey, what Pokemon are you?
Beastcoast Pokemon, what's up? My name is Aaron, and I am joined by all of our wonderful team members here at Beastcoast, and today we're going to be doing a tier list where we're going to be ranking all the cover legendaries from all the various Pokemon games. So yeah, let's just dive into things. How are you guys feeling?
well, I feel like we're starting with Dialga here, and
I
I like Dialga. Dialga's sick. But let's hear from the cast. What do you guys like about Dialga?
All right, so Steel Dragon, pretty unique typing. Didn't get another one until Duraludon, which is pretty neat. The Origin form is the only one that doesn't stink from Legends Arceus. Why did they make Palkia a horse? I think this thing is pretty cool. I would say it's like A rank.
Yeah, I was gonna give it an A too.
I like
We're
it
all-
personally. I like the A rating.
We're all Dialga
I've heard a bunch of
stands.
reasons. I feel like, like Primal Dialga obviously isn't Dialga, but in the Mystery Dungeon games, like that was a really cool form. And it just
Yeah, the
feels
coloration
right.
on that, like especially the orange on it, like when you go back and look, you're like, dang, that's actually really cool coloration. You
Mhm.
kind of think it would be a better shiny form, but alas.
Yeah, and I'm a Gen 4 guy. Like I, started with Gen 3 and then Gen 4 was obviously right after. I'd spent so much time in Diamond specifically, so I'm biased towards it.
Oh yeah.
And interesting,
Same.
it's been solid in VGC. Like this year, it's one of the harder ones to use, but definitely can be like super powerful. And back in 2010, it was actually quite good as well. So it's never been like the most dominant legendary, but certainly has enough competitive viability.
James, what you think about Giratina, dog?
I'm a C because I like I think it's the origin form, and then the altered form just like is not that great.
Yeah. So I would say B tier simply because Giratina's battle theme is one of the most intriguing pieces of music I've ever listened to. If you actually listen to the hectic monstrosity that is that theme from Platinum version, you kind of are just like, what am I hearing? This is a bunch of notes, and then it kind of hits that crescendo, like right at the end, where it just hits with like all of these powerful notes, and it's just like, oh, I am in hell.
I'm in Giratina's world now.
Yeah, literally, the distortion world is just that. So.
Yeah. It's hard for me to think about these without like thinking about them all together, like Dialga, Palkia, Tina.
Mhm.
And I kind of like think of Dialga as the A, Palkia the B, Tina the C.
I completely agree. I completely agree.
I'm more Giratina B, Palkia C if we were gonna group it.
Whoa.
What? And James, you said Tina C, right? Groudon.
A tier, 100%.
I'd
This
vote A.
I think it's cool that all like you can see those black lines. They're kind of like lava veins essentially. If you've seen it in the anime, they kind of show it off decently, and then the primal form, of course, shows it off like perfectly.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think it's pretty crazy cool.
I'll
The
probably
spikes too. Spikes add to it.
I'll probably be your hot take. I'm gonna give it an F.
Oh, Groudon,
All right. I gotta bring this
James
back.
just said that with emotion on his face. He was
All right, actually, give your reason first before I have to try to bring it back.
Okay, design wise, there's like nothing going it for me, but also like, well, there's competitive experience too, and if you ever use Groudon, like hitting a Blaze is one of the worst feelings ever. And I don't know, I just never been a fan of Groudon in general. Like it doesn't do anything for me. I have like no memories of it. It's literally just like there basically for me. So that's why I give it an F. There's like no
I'd
fond
vote
memories of it.
B.
Even in like anime and the manga and like any other forms of media, like the Groudon never stood out other than like it controlling Pikachu for the anime, which was like weird, but yeah.
That was weird.
I don't
But
know.
have you ever heard the battle theme for Gen 3? Come on. Like, well, you're fighting Groudon, you're like, oh, here's all of like the these different instruments that are hitting it, and they're like, I've never heard this in a battle theme before. What's going on? Why is this happening? Oh Lord, there's a giant lava monster in front of me.
It's like an A for me personally, but once again, it's like I'm so biased towards Gen 3 because that was my first gen. So
Okay, I think
an average of
double-
B feels
I
fair.
think
I
it-
think double A, B, F is B.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
How about Primal? I feel like Primal Groudon's definitely cooler than regular Groudon, right?
It's cooler. It would have been like just a bit above. I don't above the
No.
original Groudon. I
I-
don't think it's like quite S tier, but I still like the design of it. It's just it kind of illuminates it and makes it fire type finally. Thank you.
Wait, are we ranking? I thought we were ranking them together because shiny Groudon's even worse than regular Groudon, but shiny Primal Groudon's actually better.
I don't actually remember
color
what
is
shiny
shiny
primal.
primal?
Is
It's
it not
like-
yellow?
It's like a blackish, like lava color.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Was that ever
Oh, shoot.
released like official? I like don't even remember seeing it.
Yeah, you could. There was an event for GameStop like a while back.
Oh.
Well, you
Honestly,
could just,
like-
transfer in like a shiny Groudon and primal revert it, and it would work. But
I
Alright.
like Kyogre less than I like Groudon.
it's just a fish. I mean, it's not that cool.
Kyogre
It's
never did
powerful.
anything for me.
Like Kyogre is probably one of the most broken legendaries, despite it being introduced in a rather early generation. It's just a fish. Like it's average. It's C for me.
Yeah, I honestly have bias because I mean Kyogre was one of my best used Pokemon, but even then I still can't really justify its design or anything. I'd probably put it C personally.
What about Primal Kyogre? Does that change?
I
it
think
so
that one
important
actually
to
goes
it?
bottom of B. I like the darker shade of blue. I like the yellow accents it gains off of like the illuminated veins. Other than that, it's kind of just the same thing. Origin Pulse is a cool move, but that's about it.
Definitely looks a lot cooler. All right, what do we think? Does it go up to B or stay in C?
I'm
Meatball
fine
said
if
B.
it's still in C. I think it's kind of
Yeah,
really
I
the
don't think it's
same.
that much. If it's not that much of a notable improvement.
Yeah, it
that I'd
doesn't
rank it up.
fix. It doesn't fix just being a fish. Now it's just a shiny fish.
It's just if somebody looked at it and they were like, all right, this looks good, but we need to redesign it a little bit. And that's what
Yeah.
it would have looked like if they had done one more turnaround of the design and during Gen 3's development.
Yeah,
Let's
Oh,
do
okay, true,
Rayquaza
true.
because it's there.
it's with them. Yeah, I like Rayquaza more than I like Groudon and Kyogre.
I have it in S tier. I think this is such a cool legendary.
I think it's like it's just a green sky serpent. I mean, it's kind of basic. The mega looks really cool. and
Yeah,
I would
the
say
Mega
makes
definitely goes
it
on
S
up
tier.
here.
All right,
Yeah.
judge it off the Mega then. Like, just
yeah,
general
like-
general Rayquaza.
Yeah, if I'm going based on the mega
General Rayquaza?
pulls it like 80% above. Like it goes in S tier because of that. But I would put the regular one in A. But we can do S.
I think it's probably an A or B. I think Mega carries it, but I feel regular is it's okay, but it's definitely not. I think an A or S tier if it's a regular.
Okay, next is Ho-Oh. So Ho-Oh is like the first legendary we ever see, right?
First
the
episode of the anime, yeah.
Right,
But it's
yep.
all gold, and it makes
So
it look more regal. This
So I've
thing's
always
just a
thought that was
bird.
epic. Yeah, it is a bird. It's definitely a bird. You got me there. I always thought it was epic because it was in the first episode of the anime. And Ho-Oh just has like a lot of lore in the game, like in Gold and Silver. It has the the tower and everything.
Yeah,
burnt
the burn
down.
tower with
Um,
the legendary beast. That's a cool little lore thing. It definitely gets points for that. I think
I'd
its
say
shiny
B.
form looks a lot better because it looks a lot closer to what it looks like in the in that first episode of the anime. But if I'm going based on like the normal design, I'm like, it's just a bird. It's D tier for me. I can't justify it going any higher.
I feel like I have it in C, like above Giratina. I'm just a big Giratina hater here, I guess.
I guess Giratina just being bad in VGC is fine, you know.
It's bad. I don't like the design. I don't know. There's not that much there for me.
Battle theme
but
carries it. Let's just be honest.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't remember the theme honestly, and so I'm sure if I did,
I
would
use the
probably choose
Giratina
answer.
theme as background in some of my videos, like a remix of it, so I actually know what Meatball's talking about with the music this time.
I think C is fair. I think it could have been a little bit cooler if they had like a rainbow glint of on its wings, but yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
if it actually had the shimmer from episode 1 like all the time, like that. Like it would be.
Yeah.
It
Or
would,
just
that
like
would've
a
been
or
lot
just like a
better.
rainbow tint on the tip of the wings. I think it would be like really cool. But
Yeah, because
otherwise,
it has that rainbow gimmick. Like the rainbow wing is the item you get to obtain it, but it's like it's just like the Italian flag. That's all it is. It's an Italian bird.
Like I feel like if you showed people Pokemon and put Ho-Oh just in with the like original 150, I'm not even sure people would notice that Ho-Oh was anything special.
Lugia is cool because it has Shadow Lugia. We have to because technically that
Oh,
was on the box
true.
art of XD Gale of Darkness.
Okay,
True,
represent
So-
XD Gale of Darkness.
So I've gotta say that adds like the coolness factor. The fact that it's also water based, but not even a water type, it's just like I don't need to be water type. I'm just psychic flying. I don't care.
Yeah.
I think this goes in like bottom or a top of B, bottom of A.
I was gonna say bottom of A, right under Dialga.
Yeah, but yeah, this reminded me that Entei and Raikou are technically on the box art of Colosseum, which brings us to the next one,
The
Suicune.
dogs.
Yeah.
So
Um,
Suicune.
box art of Crystal.
Yeah,
I
box
think-
art Crystal.
So, I normally don't think this Pokemon looks that cool, but I think Pokken Tournament, oddly enough, is the thing that kind of brought me to the point that I'm like, okay, Suicune looks really sick because it actually makes the symbol on its head look like an actual crystal, and it be like much more shiny and like vibrant compared to what it would normally look like from a sprite in
Yeah.
any of the games, or even the 3D models that were in Gens 6 through 8.
Yeah, I like it more than I like Kyogre.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah, that's
PRC,
basically
yeah.
And then Entei and Raikou.
I would put them in the same place. They kind of you can't have one without the other two.
Yeah.
Entei is cool, probably
Personally, I'm a
because of
big Entei
Pokemon.
fan.
The third movie probably helps with that immensely if you remember
Yeah.
that from being a kid.
Mhm. Yeah.
But other than that, I think also Raikou as well with Pokemon Chronicles, if you guys had ever seen that one. The only anime that didn't follow Ash, the only good one.
Next on the tier list, we have the new legendaries, which Meatball's gonna help me out with the names here. Let's start with the tire one.
Miraidon and Koraidon, the past and future legendaries. These things are like, I know the Violet one is based on something from Chinese mythology. I don't know what the Scarlet one is based on. Neither do I remember which
Motorcycle.
one's which.
This one's
like, I
Scarlet,
know-
the red one's Scarlet.
well, yeah, I know what colors are. I just don't
Oh,
remember
okay.
which one's Miraidon, which one's Koraidon.
Well, the red one is the past. Scarlet's the past, Violet's the future.
I think they go in probably above Lugia. At least Koraidon does.
Yeah, you know-
or Miraidon does. Koraidon is a little lower, probably above Palkia for me in B, but
So keep in mind, if you guys are watching this video in the future, that we just got the trailers with these things in it while we're making the tier list. Personally, I'm gonna say the Violet legendary. I think it could be an S tier legendary because it looks so epic. Next, we have Black Kyurem versus regular.
this is the best
Kyurem.
legendary that exists.
Kyurem,
S tier.
Wow.
I actually really like this design too.
I think the combinations of both. I think specifically Black Kyurem is probably the
I like
best
Black
legendary
Kyurem
ever
so much
designed.
more than White Kyurem.
White Kyurem is cool but I think the electricity and the blue aesthetic of it brings it over the top. Like this is
also
this is the best one.
in the TCG, Black Kyurem was like I there was probably a point where I forgot White Kyurem existed because Black Kyurem was in like a tier S deck and White Kyurem never existed.
Yeah,
Like,
when
basically.
Boundaries Crossed released, I know Black Kyurem was like a crazy card before all the plasma cards
'Cause you
came
could
out.
just
And that
rain
became
dance a
dominant.
bunch of energy to it and then just
Or
blow
yeah,
things
because
up.
yeah,
Personally, White Kyurem for me would be B tier.
agreed. I think it goes top of B above Palkia, but yeah, definitely B tier.
Yeah, I
Get
could
behind
see
that.
it.
Yeah, that's an easy one for me.
But yeah,
Oh,
these
yeah.
two are just like by themselves, they almost feel like D tier, despite the fact that I love Generation 5. They're just kind of basic, basic mons.
I'm a
I
fan
kind of like
Zekrom.
them. I kind of like both of them better than everything in C tier, realistically. I'd probably put them at a low B or something.
I'd put
Low
Zekrom.
B
I'd
or
put
high
them
C
at
is
top
what
to
I was
high.
thinking.
I'd put top of C at the max. I can't justify anything
I'd
higher.
vote Zekrom low B, Reshiram somewhere in C.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Mewtwo being an S tier. I mean,
Mewtwo's
it's
gotta be
basic,
up there,
but
right?
it's cool. It's just it's got the armored form, which is in Go, and in the movies. And I think it's in both the first movie and like the remake that they did of it.
I think it's so funny to me that like they've given Mewtwo so many forms, they gave it 2 Mega Evolutions, and it's still just so freaking bad in the years it's been in VGC. Like
yeah.
Pokemon is just
Shadow
bad. It is
Mewtwo
just
as well
bad.
from
Hey, it
Pokken.
did
That
get
thing is the
top
coolest one.
16 at one U.S. Nationals in 2016.
That's true. Top 12 actually. It was a very obscure team, but other than that, it was like, you know, you could make it work. But that
Wasn't
team,
it 2010 too when you could change like your items and have Iron Ball Mewtwo at one point and then Choice Specs in the other?
Yeah, so in 2010, actually, Mewtwo did get top 8 at the World Championships. It was like this really obscure team built by Hui Haas, maybe my favorite team ever. And it was like, back in 2010, you could switch items around. And so you
Wow.
could like throw Iron Ball onto practically everything and catch people off guard. So you had Iron Ball and Mewtwo, Iron Ball and Kyogre. Mewtwo actually had Trick Room as well. So
Okay, can I save us all the time? Because if we have the 4 upcoming, I think these are all very mediocre, really. Like the Lunala, Solgaleo, Necrozma, both forms. I think this is a D tier. I think the only form that could be like decently cool is like Ultra Necrozma made out of light, but even then.
Ultra Necrozma is pretty cool. Also, again, I must emphasize, battle theme of Ultra Necrozma, very good. But no, I think Lunala is probably the coolest one out of them all, just because of the way that it
agree.
can kind of make it's a circle out of its wings for the Moongeist beam. That looks really
mean,
cool.
I mean, it's just a bat with like space as its wings.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's a bat
look
with
at
a
the
space
color
aesthetic.
scheme.
It looks neat, and it like the wings are like the Starry Night Sky. I think it's a really
Yeah.
coolly designed mod.
Like, look at the color theme compared to things like Ho-Oh and Reshiram.
Yeah.
Like, and even Lugia. Like, look at it compared to Lugia. Like, it has, like, the nice, like, contrast between the light gold and the dark purple. Like Meatball said, it's like the wings look like a Starry Night type theme. I think Lunala is definitely at least as good as Kyogre. So, yeah, Xerneas and Eviltal. Where are we putting them?
I'm kind of both S tier actually. I really like
Really?
both of them. Yes, I
They-
really
they
like
do
both
be
of them.
looking like X
traumatized by
and Y.
Xerneas. Why did this Pokemon exist in
Hey,
2016?
as
Woo,
the top
Geomancy.
Xerneas in 2019, I respect it. Also, I like the color designs of it being like in battle form. Like there's a difference between
Yeah.
battle form and I think the colors are just really nice. Shiny Xerneas looks amazing too. I love the color
I will
scheme.
agree with that. Yes.
But yeah,
I-
the light blue on that.
Well, I
That's
like
fair.
both of those in S tier, and now all we have left are the kind of
Sword
new,
dog,
kind of
shield
not
dog,
new
go in F
dogs.
tier. God, I
Uh,
hate these things.
I actually am in agreement of Meatball. Although I do think Shiny Zacian does have a really cool color scheme, but otherwise I cannot justify these dogs.
By the way,
why did they give Zacian such a crazy speed stat and then also give it a free attack boost? And I don't
Okay,
know what they were
so in
thinking.
because
terms of
they wanted people to
VGC.
play these things. Yeah, in terms of VGC,
I
Zacian
thought
is S
it's-
tier. What the frick? This thing is insane. In terms of a Pokemon, the version of it that it is when it's not holding the sword item, whatever, is
it's like pointless.
terrible looking.
Yeah.
Zamazenta without its shield item looks dumb. Like these
Right.
Pokemon
then-
are just bad
So then the
without their
question
held
is,
items.
do we judge them based on their full form that we see?
Nah,
here, or
they're
do we-
Full
they're
forms.
they're
But even
they're
as the
both
full
F.
forms, I still
They're
think they're
both
mid.
F.
Like yeah.
Yeah, even with those, I just
They're
maybe
worse
it's
than
my,
the Duskmane Necrozma. and
Yes.
the Orange Necrozma?
at least. Well, maybe it's because
D
Sword
has
and Shield
Ultra
were worse.
Necrozma. They have Ultra Necrozma, which carries them at least.
Yeah.
Also,
Right.
like when you think about these, the only thing I can remember is like the goofy villains in the
Oh,
post game.
Swordward and Shieldbert. They're,
Yeah.
I thought I
Like
was in a
frickin'
fever
Squidward
dream.
and SpongeBob. What the
That was
frick?
the worst thing Pokemon has ever put into one of their games.
Why
Swordward
are-
and Shieldbert. Oh god.
Why is their hair so bad?
Okay, you sold me. You brought up Swordward and Shieldbert. I just want to end the video now. Let's get out of here. Thanks for watching us rank all the box legendaries, plus a couple that weren't actually technically on boxes. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the tier list. Let us know about all of our wrong opinions in the comments down below, and we'll see you next time here on Beast Coast Pokemon.